Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a long needed service on my car. I normally try to aim to do it every 6 months just because I do have a revamped car, but I just have not got around to it. I know it's 2 months late, but yeah, that is it. I've got a Crossland filter. It's not the best filter, but to be honest they all kind of do the same job. I normally go for MAN or Bosch, but this is what they had in the store and I couldn't be asked, so I just picked it up. Got my my bucket here for the oil, so I always use the one that I've already used. It's, you know, stained and whatever, but it does the job. Just wrap it in a bag and I can use it next time. Got a little funnel in there as well, which I probably won't use. And then for the main ingredient of this, we have this good old Castrol Magnatech clinging molecules protect when the start 5W30. I know my car, most people argue like, oh, it's 5W20. Well, it is, yes, but from the factory it comes with 5W30, and I have a remapped car, so 5W30 is normally recommended, so that's what I do. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'll explain things as I go around and do things. It should be quite a quick thing. I'll explain what I'm doing when I'm doing it. Alright, so I've now put the car on some wood because my car's low. So if I show you, I've just put on some wood, got the axle stands ready, everything else around there, and let's get this sorted. This is a really old rusty jack. Alright, so first of all we need to jack this up, and it has to be jacked from right over here, which is always a problem. You've got to do it from that cross beam right there, because the jack is not a low one. I end up having to use the end of my ratchet. This right here is a sump plug. It is time for the gloves. The angle I'm doing this at is a bit... Look at that. Right. So now that we've got that unlocked, what we've got to do now is you release this. So there's a bit of pressure, and then leave that off for a minute. So I've given that a quick wipe just so it's not spilling anywhere. I've got that there so nothing crawls in it. And so that's still dripping, so I'm going to let that drip. And then once it's finished dripping, I'm going to give it a little bit of a wipe where it actually goes. And then I'm going to take the oil filter out, which is directly above me, which is right there. But yeah, now that that's draining, loosened up the oil plug, whatever you want to call it, the filler cap, so that releases a bit of pressure, allows it to flow through a bit easier. I'm going to give it 5 minutes to drain, then I'm going to come back and take off the oil filter, put the new one on. Before you put the new one on, you should put some of the new oil around the rim of it, just so it's easy to get off the next time, because they can be an absolute bugger to get off. But if you do that, plus I've got a tool for it, which you'll see in a minute, which makes life a bit easier, to be honest. But yeah, we'll get around to that when I'm going to give it 5 minutes, then I'm going to crack on. Like now, this is fine. Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. And now, what I'm going to try to do is pull this through without getting any drips on myself. I'll probably give it another wipe in a mo. I just need to get the new oil filter ready. So, essentially, the oil that you're using, and this is the old one. Oh look, I battered that one up. Here is the new one. It's slightly different to the one I have, but it don't really matter, to be honest. So what you want to do is you dip your finger in, yeah. You put it around that rim. So that filter is ready to go on. Now the filter shouldn't be incredibly tight because then you'll struggle to get it off. I like to keep myself tidy, so I'm going to put all this other stuff in the bin real quick. Now we've got to get this one back on, which realistically it shouldn't be difficult. So that's like pinky finger tight, and I'm going to give it another wipe now because now there should literally be no leaks at all. Brake cleaner is recommended to clean up oil spills, but I wouldn't ideally use it unless I 100% know there is nothing leaking and there's no gaps, because I don't really want to get a brake cleaner into anything. As much as it's probably not massively harmful, I personally would not risk it. Okay, so that's that done. We now just need to get this a bit tighter. Okay, so that's a little bit tighter. Just gonna go at it from another angle. Again though, I'm not the strongest person in the world, so... Alright, all I need to do now is check. There we go. Alright, so... everything's tightened up, everything's nice and neat. All that's left now is to jack it down, but first we've got to jack it up. Just to get off the jacks. So now that's in place, I actually want to quickly check if there's any leaks. So, alright, they look like I could take them out. What I'm also going to do, we can now release the car. Now I've got it on wood because my car is low. Nice and gently. I still don't see any leaks. There we go. Pull the jack out. Move the jack to a safe location, and we'll also remove the corks. Alright, so now we just fill it up, and it says it's between 3.5 and 4 litres for it. I'm just going to pour, don't do what I did, you're meant to pour from like that. Comes out a bit nicer. So I'm going to pour until I have it's about 2 litres, so there's about 1 litre left. Yeah, just under 1 litre left. Now what I do recommend is you use a funnel with a catch, so any contaminants, they'll get stuck there. Now what you should do, just gonna remove that, it's a bit oily, don't really matter, and I'm going to, for the final time, I'm going to wipe the dipstick. I'm actually going to shut this off. Now personally I absolutely hate these Ford Fiesta St dipsticks. They are horrendous. I always struggle to know what the level is. I just need to know it's not near the max. That's it. Because if I know it's above the minimum, I can start the engine up, get it warm, because then it'll fill the oil filter and it will go down a little bit. So I should probably put a little bit more in, but I'm just going to give it a quick check. So let's give this a pull. Let's get all the old oil on it anyways. You see what I mean? How do you know where it is? Genuinely. I hate these dipsticks with a passion. I genuinely never know. I never know how full they are. So that looks just below the max to me. I think what I'm going to do is pour a little bit in and then start the engine up and get it flowing. So now I'm going to let the engine warm up. I'm going to put some things away. So now what you should always do is put your old oil into a container so that you can dispose of it correctly, which is taking it to a recycling centre. They've normally got an oil drop off, and the filter needs to go there as well. You can't put it in a normal bin. Alright, so now it's time to start the engine. Let's start that engine up. So we jacked the car up, got it all ready and set, everything, took the sump plug out, let it drip out for a while, put it back on, cleared it up. Moved on to the oil filter. That was an absolute bugger, which I thought it would be. I haven't done it in so long, but it was a bugger. So we did that with all my might, put the new one in, got that tight enough, put 1 litre in, gave it a couple of minutes, looked for any leaks, no leaks, good. Put the car down, filled it up to the point where it was between min and max. Now it's in between min and max, let the car idle until it warms up enough, which right now, as you can see right there, you can see it is warm enough. It's just warmed up fully, essentially. So what I'm going to do is turn off the car. I'm going to give it about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to come back out, check the oil level and make sure it's between min and max, hopefully towards the max. I don't want it on max, to be honest, but I want it just below max, is probably best. But it should have now worked its way through the oil filter and warmed up enough that it's gone all the way around the engine, or at least moved about a bit. While that's happening, I'm going to pack my shed back up with all my gear, clean my gloves, all that stuff, ready for next time, essentially. Let's get to it. Right, so I've let it sit for a while, and it's now time to check again the level. To me that looks like just below max. So let's have a little, yeah, that's just below max, if you can see that. Just below max, so that doesn't need to be done. That's fine. So guys, that was the end of my service for my car. It was, the oil filter was a massive pain, but the rest of it was quite easy. I'm not going to be doing just car content, so there will be other types of content on this channel. So stick around for that, guys. If you would like to see a certain type of content or me to do something certain with my car or whatever, leave in the comment section down below. I'll be sure to check it out. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I hope you guys are having a great and splendid day, especially Easter weekend. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.